Welcome to StarCard Podcast. Welcome back from recess. All right, today is December 12th, 2025. You've tuned into a live tarot throw. And this is today's... let's do it again. You've tuned into a live tarot throw. Today is December 12th, 2025. And this is the Geomancy show. I got to get used to saying that word, Geomancy. Meanwhile, I want you to know that we do have tarot for the audience in the second part of the show, probably coming up in about 25 minutes. If you're tuning in right now and you would like to have a free tarot reading, please type in the chat in all capital letters, tarot, please. You can even request a deck, and you can even focus my attention with a particular theme or subject if you like. But we're going to start off today's show. It's 5-Card Friday. I got 5 cards for you. So whether you're tuning in right now or sometime in the future, some other day, some other week, some other month or year, the tarot world wants you to see this message. I got 5 cards for you. Let's go to the tarot cam. All right. It's the second show of a doubleheader. Here we go on 5-Card Friday. We're going to invite the tarot world to send us a message. And look at how I cut this deck. Let's start off with the 2 of Cups. You know, as I was saying, let's connect with the tarot world. The card that means to me we're making a connection with the tarot world is the 2 of Cups. And here you go. So the tarot world is already on fire. Tune in. If you wanted a free tarot reading, I think today is the day to request one. I'll stay as long as you want me to. And now here comes the tarot world on 5-Card Friday with messages for everybody watching. Everybody can profit from this message. Happy Friday. Happy holiday season. Merry breakaways. These 5 cards are for you. It's 5-Card Friday, a fun, inspirational message from the tarot world. This is for entertainment purposes only, and that's why people tune in to StarCard Podcast, because we're having fun. This is entertaining. Let's go. First up, it's the Temperance card. I know it's the holidays, it's a busy season, but everybody be cool. The Temperance card is about being balanced. Look at it. Look at the angel there. The angel has got 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. If I can, here we go. You know, it looks like if I was standing in that position, I would probably just fall right into the water. But of course, the angel's using wings to keep balance. Again, just be cool, everybody. It's not like it's Black Friday. That was last month. Okay, next up. The tarot world presents the Emperor card. You're in control. Be cool, everybody. You're in control. Wow. This is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card talks about old things leaving and new things coming in. Wow. Well, I like her attire better. Then the World card comes and says everything's finished, everything's completed, everything's arranged. Wow. And then the 6 of Swords shows up. I am so happy to share this card. I've been waiting forever for this card to come up, and I want to show you why. I want to get as much light as I can on this. All right, so here is the 6 of Swords, and there's people in a boat, and the 6 of Swords card says that you're being guided from rougher waters to calmer waters. And look, everybody, it's the Robin Hood deck, and you can see the ghost standing in the back of the boat. You're being guided to calmer waters by a divine hand, by an invisible friend. All right, cool. The 6 of Swords. This card finally makes an appearance for me. That's great. So what is the tarot world saying to us, Breakaway Ray? I don't know, but I kind of like the way it sounded. Be cool, everybody. Stay in control because you are in control. Because now that, Earth's energies are changing and everything's finishing up and completing, you're being guided to calmer waters by divine hand. It really makes me think that the age of Aquarius, there's a lot of positives coming our way. And that's the attitude we all ought to have on a Friday, right? All right. Thank you very much, Tarot World. And now we'll get to the next part of the show where I'll be sharing another selection from the book I wrote called The Convoluted Autobiography. You can check for a link in the description to The Convoluted Autobiography and the other book that I wrote and published called Let's Go Off Planet with Breakaway Ray. Okay, hang on. I mentioned in yesterday's show, by the way, I'm proud of all of us for yesterday's show, the December 11th show. I'm proud because I feel like I did a good job. I still got to work out the lighting. I know, but the stuff that I presented was well put together and it was as concise as I could make it. And I really feel satisfied with what I presented yesterday. And I'm complimenting the viewers also because I happen to see that there was a lot of, it rang up a lot of views. So, maybe some of the things I said were things that you were thinking about too, or maybe people just like the picture of the Christmas tree. That's all right too. So I had a good time yesterday. And we spoke yesterday briefly about geomancy. It's like a new concept to me. I went to my library, my public library, to ask, and I literally had to wait like 25, 30 minutes while people behind the counter, try to find the word geomancy in the library's data system. It was like that part of knowledge was just struck from public record. I don't know. I couldn't put it any better than that, could I? So anyway, I learned from a friend more about geomancy, and I'm going to share with you what that friend said. I'm also going to read to you from, as I said, this book called The Convoluted Autobiography. So this book was published, I think, January of this year. This was before I threw tarot cards and before I did more than 100 videos on StarCard Podcast. I didn't even have a podcast channel. I was just writing the book. And it turns out that I had a lot of solitude at the time, as I still do. And I really relish and treasure it. And in that solitude, I recognized a lot of things that were going on in my world. And I wrote a chapter. And it turns out that chapter, now that I realize it, this thing that I wrote, a couple of years ago, represents what geomancy is to me in my life. So kind of happy that I did all this work because, as you know, if you're a StarCard podcast viewer, I've been going to this for a lot of material for the shows, right? For the podcast. So I'm going to read to you. It'll be story time with Grandpa Breakaway Ray. I'm going to share with you something called Plant's Dream. But first, I'm going to show you again the word that I'm talking about. Geomancy. It's an ancient system of divination. Geomancy, an ancient system of divination. And speaking of that kind of divination, I would like to invite you to think about the movie, the very first one, Avatar, with the blue people on the planet where the tree is really important and its energies, the tree's energies are spread and permeate the entire planet and all the people on the planet. Well, all planets are like that. So the trees are grounded into the ground. It's actually in the ground, the word and the dirt, right? It's in the earth. So the trees are almost like antenna, kind of like the hair on our head. The trees represent that exterior feature for Mother Earth. And so my brain, look at how far away my brain is from my hair. I'm trying to give you an example off the top of my head, right? So my brain is right next to my hair. And if my hair has consciousness, well, my hair probably knows what's going on next door in my noggin. So, the trees have knowledge. Everything has consciousness. And if you wanted to divine information from Mother Earth, which also its energies are mingling with the ether around us, it's all one great energetic soup, an electromagnetic soup, right? It's an energy that you can manipulate. Anyway, if you wanted to do that, you could communicate with plants, and you could find other ways to communicate with different kinds of consciousness. Don't be limited just to what you know about in your public school system in the United States. For example, there's only 5 senses. Everything else you should ignore. That's closing off a lot of things that you can learn. So we're going to talk about geomancy, an ancient system of divination, and then it has to do with senses that we're not normally taught about. And what I'm trying to do, I'm not like trying to brag. I'm not really excited about these changes I appear to be going through. I feel like they're a good thing. But what I'm trying to point out is, like, before I even knew what was going on, I wrote this thing and it matches up. Oh, but now let me share it with you. Yeah, so before we get to the Convoluted Autobiography and the chapter called Plant's Dream, I want to share with you, I had an interview with a psychic, and I don't know if you would call this person also an oracle, but this person has a companion, a non-corporeal ascended master, perhaps, who communicates and shares information. And I just want to say I'm a little bit driven myself right now to make a stronger connection with the one that might be in my life, right? Because I'm anxious for communication. But anyway, I want to be careful. I want to make sure I'm not transgressing any contracts that I might have just clicked and said okay to. So the information that I got from this team gave a definition of geomancy. And I just want to share the definition of geomancy. And I really do also want to give credit to the person and to that person's companion, because I learned a lot. And I don't mean just, I have now something to talk about on the podcast. They talked about something, they illuminated something that had been in my life and I didn't really know what was going on. They pointed it out for me. So I want to say thanks to Melissa Gates Perry, and she works with a companion named Aralam. And together with my spirit guide, I gained a lot of information. But I'd like to read to you, because I listened to the recording. I have bragged about this before. I listened to the recording, and then I sat down and I typed it all out because I want to make sure I understood it and I gain more value out of it. If I can reflect back and look back at it, I like to double check my work, right? I learn the message more precisely if I can re-examine what was said. So I'd like to share with you now this definition that Melissa Gates Perry and Aralam shared about geomancy. I want to do it with less haunted lighting. Hang on. It's not Halloween anymore. All right, wait a second. I think I got this figured out. Nope, I don't. Great, that's awesome. Okay, I unplugged that lamp. Here I go, everybody. I'm just going to read off my paper right here, this short little section, okay? This is about geomancy. So, the gift of geomancy is the gift that gives you the ability to be incredibly well grounded on the planet when you choose to do so. It'll make you able to dowse for water. It will make you able to use a pendulum for divination. It will make you able to sense the energy around plants, trees, animals, stones, bodies of water. It'll make you very sensitive to solar flaring activity, to the Schumann resonance. It'll make you very sensitive to tornado activity, changes in the weather, changes in the season, polar and south polar vortex activity. It'll make you very, very sensitive to all the different ley lines on the planet. And it also gives you this ability to ground on the planet that you're incarnated upon and then be grounded in that energy so that you can divine information. Geomancy. Somebody watching this show knows what we're talking about. Okay, and so now, from the Convoluted Autobiography, there's a chapter right here called Plant's Dream. That's the part that I'm going to read. And then we're going to invite the tarot world to give us its take on geomancy. And I just want to point out that in the Convoluted Autobiography, right down here, the next chapter is called I Am Almost as Famous as My Own Meatballs. Okay, but anyway, back to Plant's Dream. So in that chapter, I may have mentioned already in this podcast that I had some time and some solitude and some freedom. I'll just leave the light on. Okay. I had some time, solitude, and freedom, and I make hiking like a daily activity. And I found that if I go in the morning, it's much more peaceful and I can collect my thoughts better. And over time, I noticed some other things. And eventually I came to the conclusion that, you know, we all hear that plants have sentience. We hear that mushroom have like a quantum intergalactic sense of communication with other mushrooms throughout space. I'm not totally clear on that, but it was represented in one of the new Star Trek franchise shows that was going on. Anyway, back to this. So I talk about going on hikes, just trying to keep a stiff upper lip and keep going, doing the Chariot card, keep moving. So I would like, you know, I wasn't going into the office anymore. So I get up in the morning, go on my hike, sit down, write what would end up being this book and crank it out and figure, you know, I must have something to say. That's why I keep on typing it all out. And I had to see what was going to come out so I could find out what I was thinking about. Anyway, you can determine for yourself if I learned anything. So I'm going to share with you now what I wrote about that experience. Thanks for your kind audience and patience, everybody. Here we go. Plant's Dream from the Convoluted Autobiography. I'm doing what I always do. I'm taking what comes my way and making it something good. I'm trying to go with the flow. I'm going with what I got. With so much privacy, solitude, and time, I can write and I can take a hike. Sometimes I wake up a couple of hours before I have to, and hiking before sunrise is solitude with an exponent. My night vision has improved, and also some other sensations have strengthened. When cars pass me, yes, I hear and see them and feel the air they rush by me. When cars pass me, yes, I hear and see them and feel the air as they rush by me. I feel something else too, like in my bones as each car passes, and each one feels a little bit different. There, I said something I never said before. I can barely believe it's a thought from my brain, sensing passing traffic in any other way than from sound, sight, and the air blowing. While I hike, I recognize feelings when I walk by certain trees and shrubs. I notice that these strange feelings I get around them feel different during the day. At night, it feels like wading through the pool of their vibrations, which are all spread out and blended together. When I'm walking in the dark past plants, it's like I'm a dog getting love while it cruises around a party. I'm passing bushes and trees that keep petting me. Our auras, mine and the plants, must be mingling. When I walk by these things growing out of the ground, I feel like I'm checking on sleeping children. A chapter title in a Dolores Cannon book declares, everything has consciousness. I'm going to go further and say, Plant's Dream. And now, let's invite the tarot world to comment on geomancy, and we're doing good on time, everybody. We're going to get to tarot for the audience. Thanks for tuning in to StarCard Podcast. Whoa. Props from another show. Here we go. Way to go, Breakaway Ray. Keeping it real. Here we go, everybody. Let's invite the tarot world to tell us about geomancy. Maybe that's something we're all learning about. Here we go. Thank you, Tarot World, for joining us this morning. You make so many people happy. That's why people tune in and subscribe. Hopefully they're sharing too. Keep it up, everybody. We're doing good. No pressure. We got a long way to go. Everybody's having a good time here. All right, let's have the Tarot World comment on geomancy. Thank you, Tarot World. These cards are about geomancy. I don't know. These cards are about geomancy. I know. We'll work out. We'll find out what this message is. We always do. Tarot World makes it easy for me to read these cards every time. Here we go. Thanks, everybody. Geomancy, huh? The Page of Pentacles. It's a precious new opportunity. These new ideas we have studying geomancy together. Let's read what it says on the card. Manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. I would like to say financial opportunity and skill development seem important. We need to develop more knowledge about it because it's going to pay off for us in the long run. Yeah, it could put us in the position of being like the Empress. The Empress, abundance, nurturing, fertility. Yes, development and accomplishment and a strong, positive, feminine energy. Sure, Mother Earth. Come on, it's geomancy. All right, so the Two of Swords says we're at a crossroads. You know, we used to not know about geomancy, and now we're waking up. I mean, there's a lot of things we used to know, and I'm like waving my arms over here at StarCard Podcast about it. So we're at a crossroads. We need to take sciences like geomancy and all the other stuff we talked about yesterday and, you know, see what we can do with it. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we're at a crossroads. The Hangman says we're going to take a different look at things. We're going to see the world differently. And then we're going to learn a lot. There's a lot of learning to do. There's the Hierophant card. Great. Okay, so that's meta learning about geomancy. We need to develop our skills so that we can profit from them and be in a comfortable position with Mother Earth. It's a new time for us to take a new look at things and learn about it. Dun, 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 dun. We were talking about Mother Earth. There she is, the World card. Completion, attainment, accomplishment, wholeness. Yeah, we're missing so much. So much has been hidden from us. We didn't even talk about free energy yesterday, but we're missing out so much. I mean, we don't even think about the power of geomancy and ley lines. You know, again, go watch a Michelle Gibson video. You'll know what happened. All right. Yeah, there was heartache. It's been hidden from us. You know, the beautiful world that we know doesn't look or feel like it should. Okay. Something happened. Ugh. And there's the Devil card reminding us to let it go. So I'm going to say there's two connotations here. The first let it go is, you know, maybe Mother Earth went through something. Yeah, we got to let it go. We got to heal. This is a healing card. What was the other way, Breakaway Ray? Well, you know, when you got to let something go, you got to let go of our ignorance. Okay. We have to let go of that old ignorant perception that there is no such thing. It's not even important. We can learn so much. I want to thank the Tarot World for this great discussion. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and it is my pleasure now to do tarot for the audience. Oh, I'm so delighted. We have some regulars who know how to help me out. Thank you so much. Hello, Flixlove. Hello, Heavenly Cups. Hi, Namira. Hi, Danny. And hi, Sarah. I'm sorry, I'm not even making eye contact with you. The camera's down. I want to get the trees out, though, because some of you have trees, right? I've made trees for some of you already. Heavenly Cups. Flixlove. Wow, look at all these stars on these trees. I mean, stars, like these are stars in my life here. I threw cards for these people. Hi, Julia. Hi, Julia. Just trying to check and see if I got anyone else's. Nope. Okay. Making some new trees. All right. So, Flixlove. Oh, yeah. Andrea Hector. Hello. Let's make one for Andrea. And Namira. Wow. I like that this is a Netherlands heavy crowd here at StarCard Podcast. I want to thank all my Dutch friends for turning out. This is awesome. Like I mentioned in a podcast a long time ago, I always thought I was going to move to Holland. Okay, so Danny. And then Sarah A. Hope I'm saying everyone's names right. So Namira is Dutch. I thought maybe Flixlove, you were aware of that. I thought that you had once sent her a compatriot's greeting across the chat. Anyway, yeah, Namira's in the house. I think I've got that right, ladies, right? I'm doing the best I can. Okay, where am I? And I got Heavenly Cups, right? Okay. So I have Heavenly Cups. I know she wants the old style deck. I have Flixlove, who I think said that I could pick what I wanted. I don't see a preference for Andrea Hector yet, but I'll give it a big quick screen before I start throwing. And likewise, for Namira and Sarah and Danny, I don't see that you requested a particular deck. Oh, hang on a second. All right. So let me scroll up real quick, everybody. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any other messages. Hey, you guys are so nice to each other. I'm glad you're having a good time in the chat. Okay, it looks like you really did a great job, Heavenly Cups, helping me stay organized. I love having the assistant. All right, let's go first with Heavenly Cups. We'll unbox another deck. Yeah, cool. Here we go, everybody. Heavenly Cups, I cut and I got an Ace of Wands here. Are you a tarot card studier or also Heavenly Cups, I wonder? All right, let's send Heavenly Cups a helpful, healing, happy message on a Friday, please. She's far away on another continent, but thanks to the tarot world, I can send her a helpful, happy, inspiring message. Thanks a lot, tarot world. These cards are for Heavenly Cups. Wow, you got a lot of cards. Okay, cool, Heavenly Cups. Thanks for sending me that message. All right. Oh, man, did I finally get the lighting right? Here I go, Heavenly Cups. First up, it's the Chariot. Keep it going. Keep plugging away. You may be less mobile than you were before, but you got powerful creatures, keeping you going. I'm talking about those things pulling the cart. I think there's sphinxes on this card. Yay, the Page of Cups. A happy surprise. A happy surprise is on the way, huh? Keep going. You're going to be pleasantly surprised because you're doing the Knight of Swords, or you will start galloping forward. I mean, I think this is accelerated healing is what's going on here. Keep going. You're going to be pleasantly surprised about how quickly you're going to get past this episode. Yeah, and the Death card talks about endings. So I like how that read. It's pretty clean. Keep going. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Keep on charging forward in a positive way. You'll be at the end before you know it. Isn't that always the story with the Death card? I'm making jokes about death today. Come on, Breakaway, Ray. All right, next. How about some more cups? The Four of Cups talks about a homecoming and a celebration. A homecoming and a celebration. Wow. The Eight of Wands says it's going to happen soon. I think we're all happy that you picked the old style deck by Alexander Ray, Heavenly Cups, because check out that Eight of Wands card. That is like so awesome. How about some more wands? Here's the Seven of Wands, overcoming all kinds of challenges. You might have to use a cane, okay, but it doesn't matter. You're on a higher ground. Come on, Tarot World. You're doing great. Wahoo! And then you can enjoy the moonlight and repose as you explore your subconscious and travel to other realms. How about that? I hope that was a helpful, fun message, Heavenly Cups. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Speedy recovery. I'm going to give these a toss. It looks like I have Danny on deck. Here we go, Danny. I know the Tarot World knows what you want to talk about, and I'm going to pull out this deck, the one with all the words on it. All right, this is a cool thing. I've just flipped it over, right? And it's the Nine of Swords, but it's the way I like it. It's reversed, This way is, oh, I can't sleep, I'm anxious. And this way is, yo, I'm over it. Okay, so let's throw some cards for Danny. Hey, Heavenly Cups, thank you for your message. I appreciate it so much. You're welcome. Cool deal. Danny, have an Ace of Wands. Let's start there. Okay. These cards are for Danny. You know what? I'd like 2 more cards to tell us more about this, please. I know that this is plenty of a message, but I'm already asking for a postscript, please, to the magic card. Thank you, Tarot World. All right. So you got some kind of magic going on, Danny. This card had to come out. Let's read what it says on the Ace of Wands. There's a new project, inspiration. There's an urge to create. It involves willpower, desire, potential beginnings and opportunities and growth. All right. So here comes a sentence, and then we'll go to the second part. Oh, the High Priestess. The High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, and high morals. I just want to say I praise the High Priestess for her high morals. She sets a good example for all of us. Okay, next, it's the star from the beginning of the show, I think, the Temperance card, maintaining balance. And of course, the high priestess is going to maintain balance, kind of like Lucy Liu in the movie Kill Bill when she was a martial arts master. Okay. She has so much knowledge, she does not lose her balance. But let's read about the Temperance card. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, and finding meaning. The contemplative person, contemplative. The Four of Pentacles talks about holding on to what's valuable, saving money, security, frugality. You know what? You're saving it up because the Six of Pentacles says you might be giving it away. The Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. Maybe you knew you needed to be calm with domestic expenses because you were saving up for the holidays. Yay! And then you could surprise everybody with an Ace of Cups. You made magic happen. Good job with your holiday gift planning, Danny. Nice. We didn't really need those cards, but let's find out what they are. Wow. So we have the World card and the Eight of Cups card. The World card talks about completion, and the Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Well, I feel like I want to reverse the cards a little bit for the image of the camera. Well, not that it matters, but I think now that whole episode was over, when you walk away, you're going to remember how handsome and ordered and well-planned all those beautiful cups were given. In other words, everyone's going to remember what you did and how long you planned for this surprise. You made a magical moment that everyone's going to walk away remembering forever. Anyway, I like telling the story, Danny. I hope it was fun for you. Happy holidays to you and your friends and family. Thanks for inviting me to read. I really do appreciate it. I love the practice. I've only been throwing cards since March. Next up, Andrea Hector. Hey, way to go, Danny. I appreciate that message. Thank you. All right, Andrea Hector. Yeah, I'm going to go with this deck again for Andrea Hector. Wow, that's an interesting comment, Danny. I like how the tarot world brought that up. That's very interesting. All right, but these cards are for Andrea Hector. Thanks for subscribing and tuning in for so many months, Andrea Hector. Thanks for giving me all the practice. I'm glad you're back. I want to send you a fun, helpful message from the tarot world. Happy holidays, merry breakaways to Andrea Hector. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Oh, okay. So what happened, Breakaway Ray? This card came out and I said, yeah, then I want to see some magic, especially during this season. That's a great card to end on. And then this card was left out, the Temperance card. Again, I think that the tarot world is reminding us all to stay cool and calm. We might as well. I mean, we're making all the magic. We're magically in control. But let's go ahead and read the rest of the message for Andrea Hector. More people saving up for the holidays. The Four of Pentacles, saving it up. Wow, this is unbelievable. I mean, you guys did see that I shuffled the cards, right? I'm drawing things out randomly. The Eight of Cups is the walk away card. The Seven of Wands is the overcoming challenges card. And the Page of Swords is the new way of communicating card. Hang on a second, please. All right. And then look, everybody, it's the Six of Swords from the classic deck. Remember, we just saw it in the Robin Hood deck. So you don't see the ghost in this one. It's still a nice image, though. All right. So the Six of Swords talks about being guided to calmer waters from rougher waters by a divine hand. So the message could sound like, save your money because we're going to walk away from something that doesn't work for us. Maybe, something that's too expensive. We're going to overcome some challenges. And then this is the part that I would like to look at the card for. The Page of Swords. New ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating, mental energy. And then, okay, let's save it up. Let's make the right choice for us. Hang in there during the holiday season because we can see clearly from up here. All we need to see, we have a clear view of everything and we can communicate clearly. It looks like we can communicate clearly with our future intended goal, which is positive, and it's a direction to which we're being directed by a divine hand. That sounds extremely, I don't know how else to say it, spiritual. We're talking about, hold on to what's precious, maintain balance, because you can see everything clearly with the help of the spirit world. We're pointing you in the right direction. Trust us. So, yeah, you're going to be able to move past the Three of Swords, the pain, like it's magic. So you might as well be balanced. I don't know if that's helpful, Andrea Hector. I want to invite you, in case you'd like, everybody, my email is in the description. I'd be happy to do a private reading. But thank you for inviting me to read, Andrea Hector. I hope that message meant something to you. Maybe you found something that can spark your imagination and make you feel better and get you ready for the weekend. All right. Next up, we have Namira. I do like these cards, but I do have lots of decks I want to play with today. I'm going to bust out the Ethereal Bloom now. I think everyone knows I'm a little bit partial to these. Here we go, Namira. On deck, I have Sarah and Flixlove, and I see someone else is making another request. We'll get to everybody. Thank you very much. These cards are for Namira, another longtime subscriber. Okay. There's a lot of that going on today. Cards flopping out, saying, let's just get to it. 5 of Cups. That's the disappointment card. Okay, but we move past it all the time. I know it's a disappointment card, Namira, but it's such a pretty card. And, I think I need another epilogue. All right, Namira, let's see what's going on. The 4 of Cups. I'm trying to remember now. 4 of Cups. I'm going to have, do you have the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups? No, okay. Hang on, Namira. We're going to find out what's going on. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Wow, the 4 of Cups talks about introspection and discontent. It says discontent with materialism, a time of introspection and contemplation, start of self-awareness. It also talks about world weariness and a search for understanding. It even says disregarding offered gifts. And we already know the 5 of Cups is the disappointment card. I'm glad we're getting these emotions out of the way. Now I'm all ready for the rejuvenating, inspiring parts of the message. Okay, so we're introspective, we're dissociating ourselves with the material world, we're reevaluating things, and now the 10 of Swords says, well, it is the end of a painful episode. And the Page of Swords says, there's new ways of communicating. Let's go to the book for the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, vigilance, agility, insight, keen vision, service done in secret. The 10 of Cups says, it's a dream come true. See, it's getting better already. Wow, and then the Empress shows up. Wow, she looks like that actress from the Transformers movie, Megan Fox. Anyway, let's read about the Empress for you. The Empress. Well, here's what it says in this book. Pregnancy, fertility, good advice, safety, security, hidden actions. Ooh, it's that hidden thing again. A competent woman, safe and secure, who is building a future for herself and her family. All right. We're reevaluating everything because we just got out of a rough episode. That's done. Okay. There's service done in secret, new ways of communicating. It's a dream come true. And again, service done in secret and fertility and a woman who is building a future for herself and her family. So here's the 5 of Cups who's disappointed. Why are you disappointed? Just sounds like a good story. I don't think the disappointment matters. The King of Cups shows up. Let's read to you about the King of Cups. The King of Cups, a kind, considerate man, a father figure, a person interested in the arts, balanced, a deep man with a quiet demeanor or quiet power. Now, it talks about a man like that, but that could just be like the energy of someone like that. And you know what? Now that I move the light around here and I see the card better, check it out. The King of Cups, a little Père Noël action there, a little Santa Claus. The King of Cups, he's like my favorite king. He's, not just the boss of you. He actually cares about you. He's working with you. He's part of your family. But even he, who has every reason to be happy, he's very balanced, but he also looks like he recognizes this disappointment in the 5 of Cups here. But he's here to remind us it's the holiday season, right? We should be cheerful. We should force ourselves to be cheerful. But yeah, during the holidays, sometimes even Santa Claus gets a little ruminating and ruse and things. But nevertheless, we know this already. We have experience. So the 2 of Wands says we make a plan and we go forward, and the universe supports that. And we go forward to the next holiday. I don't know, Namira. That was a fun exercise for me to try to read a fun story for you. I hope everything is going well. Thanks for inviting me to read. Let's give these cards a toss and get another tree. Thank you. All right, I'm going to get another tree out. Where did all those trees go? All right, it looks like the name is Arwen. Hi, Arwen. I'm glad you could join us. Here's a tree. Oh yeah, but I'm running it so I don't lose track, right? We're going to take care of Flixlove. And then we still have a tree for Sarah. Flixlove. I don't think you actually asked for the foil deck, but you did once before, and I'm going to go for it again. Here we go, Flixlove. Ooh, homecoming card, party down, fun holidays out in Holland. Ooh, I see God's Flow is in the house. Hi, God's Flow. Thanks for joining us again. All right, but these cards are for Flixlove. I can't wait to find out what the next adventure is. How about a fun inspirational message for Flixlove, please? These cards are for Flixlove. A fun, inspirational message for Mishlove, please. No, that's too many. Oh, wow. Did I leave these cards over there? How interesting. Well, it was all done on purpose somehow. Let's have some fun, Mishlove. Let's see what the message says. Yay, the strength card. Be strong. The Seven of Swords. Something's hidden or something's going to be revealed. Somebody thinks they're getting away with something. I don't think so. Wow, this card again. I got some work to do on this card. We're reevaluating things. Even the things that come from the universe, we're still assessing it and how it all fits together. But the Queen of Swords reminds us that you are right. You are correct. That's a cool card. Nice. And unbelievable. This is the 21st time we found this card today. It's the Temperance card. You're already cool, Mishlove. You're already balanced. So keep it going. Oh. Hey, it's the Eight of Cups. Don't forget to walk away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. I'm also laughing at Mishlove's comment in the chat. But check it out. Your story ends, I'm happy to say, with the 10 of Cups. It's a dream come true. Keep walking away from what doesn't serve you. It's a dream come true. So thank you very much, Mishlove, for inviting me to read. Thank you, Tarot World, for that fun, inspirational message. All right, you're welcome, Mishlove. Thank you. Next up, Sarah. And Arwen's on deck. Sarah, we'll go old style. These cards are for Sarah. Could we please have a fun, inspirational message for Sarah? These cards are for Sarah. These cards are for Sarah. All right, Sarah, let's see what's going on. Oh, Sarah, this is so fun. So for fun, I leave the blank card of the old style deck in the deck, and look at what we're starting with, the blank card. I don't know what to say. Let's put your tree right on it. Nice. Oh my goodness. Well, look who's enjoying the holiday party. It's the 9 of Cups. It's a wish come true. Wow, Sarah, you got the Fool card. It's the very beginning. There's a lot of optimism and blind faith. No wonder you feel so good. It was a wish come true. The Death card says it talks about endings and beginnings and transformations. You're about to start a new adventure, huh? You made a wish. You blew out the candle, and here comes your your new ego. So we have the Four of Wands. I said, here it comes. And the Four of Wands is the homecoming card and a celebration card. That's a really cool image. I like the buildings in the back. Everybody knows I like old world buildings. Cool, Sarah. So what does the blank card mean? I think it means no matter what came before you, today is the first day of the rest of our life. You might as well treat it like it's a wish come true. Make it a new adventure and watch things change and watch the good things come to you. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. There's an exclamation point. It's the Ace of Wands. Let's read about the Ace of Wands. I'm going to read from a different tarot book. This was a good reading. You ought to take a screenshot of this. Hang on, let me set it up for you. Okay, let me read to you about the Ace of Wands from this book. Ace of Wands, a new opportunity or idea with the potential to grow is coming into your life. You have the creative spark and ambition needed to begin enterprises, to start a new passion, or pursue a new talent. You are enthusiastic for the new beginnings. New beginnings. Jeez, way to go, Sarah. Thanks for joining my channel. What great vibes you just brought to StarCard Podcast. Please come back again. I hope you're already subscribing. Thanks for inviting me to read. Let's give these a toss. How am I doing on time? I just saw 4 5s, 55, 55 when I asked that question. I guess I'm still in a groove. I'm going to go ahead and close today with Arwen. Okay, I'll close unless some other request comes in. We still have time. Hey, Arwen, these cards are for you. Let's throw some cards for Arwen. These cards are for Arwen. Thanks for joining us, Arwen. Can we please have a fun, inspirational message for Arwen? You've given us incredible messages all day today. I think I have to pay you double time today. You worked past your normal schedule, Tarot World. 2 shows. Thanks for making me look good. These cards are for Arwen. This card's coming out, Arwen. These cards are for Arwen. All right, Arwen, let's see what's going on. Okay, I do see Lily in the chat asking. I'm going to check on your question in a moment, Lily. This message is for Arwen. The 5 of Wands indicates conflict. It could also remind us to respect others' opinions. And I like to think of the 5 of Wands as like orchestrated drama, predictable drama. You know, out on the playground, you can always count on these kids to do these same things. But I like the image of this 5 of Wands in the Ethereal Bloom deck, because to me, it looks like kids on Christmas morning all playing with their new toys. Next up, the Chariot says, keep on going. And we have someone that looks like Father Christmas sitting in a chair. And instead of sphinxes or other creatures I've seen on other cards, it looks like we have like 2 snow wolves pulling this chariot. Very seasonal. So, you know, is there some kind of drama going on? Just keep going. You know, take care of yourself first. Don't worry about the rehearsed drama, the practice drama you knew was going to happen. Keep it going because you get an Ace of Pentacles. There's a present waiting for you. Let's go to the book for Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. The time is coming for you to manifest your goals, achieve your dreams, and realize your potential. Financial new beginnings, career or business opportunities, investments, savings, prosperity, and manifestation are coming your way. Cool. That's something to look forward to. Oh, and you can maybe look forward to this too. It's the Lover's card. And the 8 of Cups is the walking away card. There is some kind of opportunity being presented to you as you move forward. And there could be a new partnership that could help you walk away from something. And even that walking away looks beautiful on this card. I know I'm someone who doesn't like to walk away. I don't like to give up. I perseverate. Why don't you just say it? Okay, well, check it out. The Tarot World's giving out Aces of Wands today, too. You get an Ace of Wands with your Ace of Pentacles. Look at how they're lined up. Let's read about the Ace of Wands. I think I just read about the Ace of Wands. Let's do it again. A new opportunity or idea with the potential to grow is coming into your life. You have the creative spark and ambition needed to begin enterprises, to start a new passion, or pursue a new talent. You are enthusiastic for the new beginning. Great, good. Look at where the conflicts are. The walking away card and the Five of Wands. It's way over here on the ends. You know, if you streamline your focus, you have love and movement surrounding and supporting what's precious in the middle. Right on, Arwen. That was a fun read. Thanks for inviting me to read. Come back again sometime. All right. So I see Lily has a question. All right, Lily, I am paying attention. Would you like to type your question in the chat, and I'll see what I can do? I know the tarot world wants to help you. I'm going to switch decks for you so I get a real precise answer. Because this word, okay. I'm giving these a toss while I wait for Lily's question. Unless I missed it somewhere. You know what? I don't need to know what the question is. The tarot world knows. Here we go, Lily. Let me take care of this right over there. The tarot world knows what your question is. What am I thinking? Here we go. Hey, tarot world, you know what Lily wants to ask. Can you help us with an answer, please? Thank you very much. Please stand by. These cards for Lily in response to her question. My eyes are closed right now. I'm not looking at anything. These cards are for Lily. A response to her question. These cards are for Lily. All right. Here we go, Lily. Let's see what happens, Lily. First up, the Four of Swords talks about rest and repose. The Four of Swords talks about relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation, retreat, renewal, and solitude. Wow. And then while you're in retreat and in repose, the Six of Swords is here to remind you that you're being guided from rougher waters to calmer waters by a divine hand. It may not always look like a smooth ride or feel like one, but trust me, they didn't send you down here to planet Earth and abandon you. You're being monitored and supported from the spirit world the whole time. Maybe you can get in touch with that plan in your repose. You know, depending on what state of consciousness exploration you've achieved already. All right. The Nine of Pentacles says that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've rested, you've reposed, you realize that you've had help from the spirit world, and here you are with the Nine of Pentacles. You're ready to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, I think I follow now. And the Hermit says that there's some introspection and some soul searching. Maybe that's the opportunity that we all really want. I know that in 2020, when things were getting shut down around the world, a lot of us had to turn inward. But let's not forget that the Hermit sees the Hermit's path. The Hermit holds the light. Okay, so you can find your way. You know, even if we don't have, you know, a Buddhist monk next door to teach us, you know, we can turn inward, follow our intuition, and we can find our path. Maybe you're being afforded an opportunity to expand your consciousness. You know, maybe you've been financially set up so that you can. Wow, and the Wheel of Fortune would suggest that that would be destiny if that's what happened. Like bigger things are coming your way. You need to turn inward and expand. You have planned for this. It was your destiny. So that you end up like the King of Pentacles. People are going to be looking at you because you're going to be wealthy with contribution, leadership. Well, let me start from the King of Pentacles: wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. I don't think that you should be, or that you even are, unsure of yourself at all. I'm not saying that you've had a charmed life, but I think you realize you have a lot of support. and it's been a good plan. Look at you now. That's the answer that I'm getting for you there, Lily. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. I hope it helped. And thank you, Arwen. I appreciate your comment. Okay, I don't think I see anyone requesting another reading, so maybe it's time to close up shop. I think so. They're throwing a lot of cards today. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you all have a good weekend. I'm going to try to come out sometime before Sunday afternoon to give you your week's tarological forecast for next week. I tend not to show up on Mondays. I'm just telling people so you can plan your schedule if you're enjoying StarCard Podcast. I do try to post a notice, about an hour before I start throwing tarot cards, but I'm not on a set schedule. That is true. So I do appreciate everyone tuning in. I hope everyone has a good weekend. We're having a great Merry Breakaways, a great holiday season here at StarCard Podcast. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go get them, everybody. Make someone else's day now. All right. Have a good one.